Hey, hello, this is Neil from iPaintGirls.com. Please visit the site in the description for more free videos. Okay, so we're going to continue where we left off before working on the shadows layer. Oh, by the way, just let me know if my microphone's still loud enough or not, because I adjusted the sound just to see if it'd get rid of the background noise some more, but I don't know if I turned it down too much, so anyway. Right, let's see here. This is like probably most complicated part. I still have the mask for the skin layer up. I'm going to Control H to get rid of it again. So like I said, this is the most tricky part. I'm going to have a little bit coming from off there, and also a lot of this will be changed. Actually, I'm going to use my paintbrush for this. Not my paintbrush, but top left brush. This has opacity and size set to pen pressure, and I just want a little kind of maybe somewhat of a hard line. No, I don't think I want a hard line for that. Go back to my soft brush, make it kind of small. I'm going to add a little bit of that shading in there. Actually, I'm going to make it all dark with this brush, so kind of get the shape that I want there. And then I'll come in with my eraser tool and kind of erase some of it so it kind of fades. So adding mixtures like that, it's a good idea. Kind of erase some of that, maybe add a little bit more back. And now I'm going to have a little bit right here as well, the darker color. Also, I'm going to have a little bit of the darker shade along these parts, and maybe a little bit bigger. And then I can also erase some of that in just a second. Remember that the lighting is going to make a big difference too, and I'll show you. So we'll get to that in just a minute, and you'll see how big of a difference the lighting can actually make. And I'm just going to kind of lightly run over that because I made some of it too dark. This part is important, and it's kind of difficult because you want to make sure that you have the. Oops, I forgot to put my paintbrush back on. I'm almost thinking maybe I should use this brush, for I have some control over hardness. Just add a little bit of hardness in there, and then I can always come in and erase some of it if I need to. And I don't want this to be too drastic either. Then I just want this little line, because I know I'm going to be adding the highlight there. I'm going to get rid of the selection for a second here. This way I can come in with this small hard brush and get rid of those lines. And also adding that little hardness there on those lines is kind of cool. I'm going to end up changing the color of these skin lines as well to that kind of purple color, so they're not going to stay black. And I'll be coming back over, getting rid of some of those lines with another color. I do want to make sure wherever the shadows is going to be that I have the lines gone. I'll be adding a little bit of light to that side as well. Okay, now we're going to take a soft brush again, and I'm just going to kind of bring all this kind of darker, because I can get rid of a lot of it too by erase. Oh man, I forgot to do. Gotta erase that, and then I gotta go take these off for a second, select color range, just the skin. Okay, I'm gonna hit Control H. Right, so I want oh, I forgot to pick this color back up again. All this to kind of be dark, so I'm just lightly running over it in one direction so that it's all dark like that. Then I can use my eraser tool and just kind of shape a little bit of this here. Oh wait, I thought I had my eraser tool selected. I could have sworn I clicked it, but maybe I didn't. Or I think I clicked it, but I didn't click it for some reason. I'm going to just kind of push a little bit of it like that so it kind of gets that other color underneath. Just want to kind of add a little bit of that shape there. And a little bit right in here, just want to add a little bit of that kind of shape like that. Oh, too much. Also for more control, if you want, you can turn the opacity way down and then turn the opacity pressure off the pin and then work that way. And I'll worry about this. I can add the highlights right over that, right over both colors, so I think I'll just keep it like that for now. Okay, that's looking good. Right, and just one more thing here. Let's go back to my, I just want to add a line. It's got to be careful with this one though. Alright, let's see, run like this. And I'm going to turn the opacity down, give myself a little bit more control. And then I'll get my eraser tool back, kind of just erase some of the edge there, a little bit in here. And this part here, you know, for a cartoon, I know I just really want that back part to be right, because even though it's a cartoon, I still want it to look cool there. Okay, so continue on. I can add a hard line probably, and then erase some of it, or use the blur tool. I just want a little bit of a hard line for some of the muscle structure here. And notice I have the opacity turned down on this brush still. This is my hard brush that has no opacity set. And then I'm going to turn it back up now, and I'm going to use the blur tool. And I'm going to blur, see that light's going to be hitting this side. Let me think about this. Okay, actually I think I want both sides to be kind of soft, so I'm just going to run the blur tool over both sides. Make sure I have this soft brush set for it. Just lightly blurring the edge there. Not much, but a little bit. Maybe zoom in. Then I'm going to take my eraser tool, and I have it on soft brush still, and I'm going to kind of erase right along there a little bit to where it kind of comes up like that. Maybe erase right along there just a bit. I'm going to go back to this layer. I'm going to unlock it for a second, pick my original color, and I want to add just okay, not the eraser tool. I want to add a little bit of that color right in here. Okay, what brush am I using? There we go. And I want to add a little bit more back in there. I'm going to lock that layer, come back to this layer, pick my shadow color again. I'm going to use this kind of hard brush, sort of big. Nope, too big. And I just want to kind of define this kind of line right here for the like the shoulder muscle. Kind of want that to be defined. Then I'm going to add. I'm going to go back to my pen tool. Not pen tool, but pen brush. Again, you should know what the pen brush is by now. It's the brush that only has size set to pen pressure. Nothing else is set on it. So, like that. A little bit of that color variation makes a difference. And then when we add the highlights, it'll be really cool too. Alright, I might have enough time in this video to go back to my soft brush. I don't want it too soft, so I'm going to strike go to the brush tip shape, and I'm going to put the hardness about halfway, turn the spacing down just a bit so I don't have those little lines, and I'm just going to run. Okay, that didn't quite work out. I'm trying to just run along. See how can I get it just right. But like that, and we'll have highlight on one side, so that's cool. And then I'm going to also have a little bit of this, and I'm going to just go straight dark for a second, get it all in there, and then I'll go with my eraser tool, and I think I'm about out of time. right? So we'll come back and I'll do the eraser tool for that part there. And we're getting really close to about to get on the highlights, so we're getting close to being done with her. Alright, cool, so come back for the next part.